Welcome to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome here. If you are new to SMUUCh and you'd like to get to know more about our church, please fill out our Get in Touch form using the link in our video description. Or, if you're interested in learning more about Unitarian Universalism, please join us for our Just the Basics class on the second Sunday of January. For all of you joining us live this morning, feel free to start posting your joys and sorrows now if you would like the names to be read during the candle lighting. And now, a few words from our minister.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Rose, the minister here at SMUUCh. It is a joy to see you and an honor to be broadcast into your homes. I am pleased to announce that in the new year we will add one more liturgical element to our worship service, which is to say a new little part of the service that we will be doing every other week. This is called our embodiment moment. And in it, we will be doing simple physical movements together. And I do fully expect you of all ages to do this along with me. If I can do it on YouTube, you can do it in your home. Because animals in captivity always move less. We need to move and stretch our bodies. These exercises will never be strenuous, but aimed to get the blood flowing and create spaciousness and movement in the body. Because together we are better. Together we are a courageous church, a courageous nation, a courageous globe. And now, an announcement about the annual church event we have all been waiting for, the auction. Here's our auction leader, Jim Christ.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jim Christ, and I serve as co-chair, together with Jennifer Nelson, for the SMUUCh fundraising auction. I know you're saying to yourself, auction? We didn't have one this year, and you're right. While COVID prevented us from having our usual in-person auction event this year, there's nothing to stop us from holding it online, and that's exactly what we're going to do. This year's fundraising auction will be online in mid-February 2021. Since this is our first online auction experience, we want to make it as simple as possible for item donors, bidders, and for the auction co-chairs. Our auction will be in a silent auction format and will be open for bidding on Saturday, February 13th. The auction website will be open for bidding for a week and will close on Saturday, February 20th. Items that would normally be in the live auction will be moved to the silent auction platform. These include things like choosing a sermon topic, banning a hymn, choosing the hymns for a service, leave a legacy tree, reserve parking space for the 21-22 church year, fabulous art objects, baked goods, wine. While the ever-popular poster parties won't be possible, there are some things that might be done online. Zoom classes on cooking, art, chess, language, no-contact personal services like yard work or repair, outdoor socially distanced activities. We know there's a lot of creativity in our congregation, so get your creative juices flowing. While we are learning how to create and manage an online auction, please start thinking about what you might donate. We'll be getting back to you after the first of the year to let you know how to find and complete the auction item donor form. This has always been a fun event for our church, and we anticipate having a lot of fun this year too. Thanks so much for your help.
We gather today to celebrate the third day of Christmas. Because the Christmas holiday is actually a 12-day celebration that started on December 25th and ends January 6th. I think that this year we should celebrate the holiday in its full 12-day luxuriousness, because we have been through a lot and we need it. So let us not speed back to life so quickly, and instead spend the next 10 days thinking of ourselves on holiday, taking time to rejuvenate, be jolly, give gifts, get your cards out, making your house smell nice. If you have to work during this time, as many of us do, don't despair. You can just keep up the restful vibes. Just don't anybody make any sudden moves until January 6th. This is a time for resting. This is still the holy days, where we reflect, where we make intentions, where we transform so as to face another year. Come, let us worship. Please join us for our opening hymn, Joy to the World.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth with praises ring. Let every heart prepare a room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, now gladness reigns. Let hearts their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. No more the sins and sorrows grow, no thorns infest the ground. Let righteousness its glory show. As far as love is found, as far as love is found, as far as love is found.
It's chalice lighting time! All you need is a candle, a spark, and some sort of special chalice. And some parental supervision.
Please join me as we light our chalice and affirm that love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Hi, Doey. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
So good. Well, I thought since, we're super close to the new year, we could talk about, turning over a new leaf and what maybe we learned this year that we want to take into our next year, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Great. So that will be a perfect part of our meditation. Some reasons that we meditate is to help us have more focus, to relieve anxiety, to reflect on our lives, to have a spiritual practice in general, and for physical wellness.
That's amazing.
Looks like Marmalade back there is meditating pretty well. It's crazy. He's doing nothing. And actually, doing nothing is good for us because there's a lot of pressure to always be doing things. Do you know how to meditate?
I don't really know how to meditate.
That's okay. That's what we're here for. I can help. So, first, we need to close our eyes. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. While you're doing this, you're trying to empty the mind, but also don't feel bad if you can't empty your mind. Now let's both practice for a little bit doing this. I'll do it with you. How's it going for you, Doey?
I'm just thinking about marmalade.
Are you having trouble focusing? I know I do. Okay, well, there's so many ways to meditate. So how about we do another way that I do with our RE kiddos a lot? Sometimes videos help really well when we can't, stop thinking. Just focusing on some beautiful music and some colors and pictures is really helpful for me. Since it's going to be the new year soon, while we're listening and watching this video and meditating, let's think about our New Year's resolutions. What do we want to let go of? And what do we want to make sure we do in 2021? You ready, Doey?
Yeah.
Great job! You did it! 45 seconds!
That was amazing.
So when the year turns over, we often do a ritual where we set an intention about what we want to change about our lives. Do you know what an intention is, Doey?
No.
It's something you plan to do to bring goodness to yourself and the world.
Wow.
What's your intention going to be for the year 2021, Doey?
Play more?
Oh, I like that. We always need play and to enjoy ourselves, physical activity, right? Mental health stimulation, all of that.
Yeah.
For me, I think I'm going to try and go outside more and walk more every day, even in the cold, which I struggle with.
Yeah. It can be chilly.
Is Rev Rose near you? Maybe we can ask Rev Rose what her resolution is.
Let's ask the cats.
Let's ask the cats. What are their resolutions this year? Cheppa!
Papa. Oh.
Oh.
Cheppa said that she resolves to be more loving.
I definitely saw her do that with you when she nudged you. That's sweet.
Let me ask Marmalade.
Okay.
He said he wanted to get more rest.
So we better leave Marmalade alone then, yeah? Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear your intentions and excited to hear about them next year. What are your guys' intentions? Type them in the chat now. Thank you, Doey, for hanging out with us.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
Bye.
This is the time in our service where we expand the caring love of our congregation. where we draw to heart and mind those in our midst who are suffering and those who feel the sweet relief of their burdens easing. So let us begin by closing our eyes and drawing to mind someone who you know is struggling. Just taking a minute to send them a well wish, a kind thought, centering ourselves in our compassion. Today we think of everyone who has lost their faith. For those who've lost their faith in humanity, in the goodness of the world, or themselves. To you hopeless feeling souls, to you souls who are ending this year more lost than ever, we send you every bit of our own faith in hopes that you'll find your hope, you'll find your strength, and that slowly your faith will, at the very least, be rebuilt through us. And we draw to heart and mind everyone who needs to get out of the house but can't. For everyone whose sense of time and purpose and normalcy has warped. To you unmoored souls, we send grounding practices, peace, and as much time spent outside on sunny days or at least by the window. And of course, at the end of this year, we think of those who are mourning. For those whom this year is so much more than an extended quarantine. To those who have lost family members or loved ones. To you, we send all our love, our sadness, and we grieve with you. We give our love to those untangling themselves from relationships that no longer serve them. We grieve for the loss of energy and time that chronic illness takes on the body and mind, especially at this time of year, especially this year. We extend gratitude to people who make caring for children their primary spiritual practice, and we join in wonder with all who are bravely facing their final days. And as always, we rejoice over the exquisite beauty in this world, as small or life-changing as each piece of beauty might be. And now please comment in the comment section of the live chat your joy or sorrow. Remember that this moment of sharing happens online and remains public for all viewers joining us today. To join us further together in the beloved community, we will read out loud the names of those who posted their joys and sorrows while I light the candles.
We light a candle of peace for Jerry Hollenbeek, who passed recently, and for Nikki and all their extended family. A candle of celebration for B. Notley's 100th birthday. A candle of concern for Lori's brother Bruce. A candle of joy for Aiden, who came through his surgery with no complications. A candle of joy that Project 1020 has been open and functioning safely during this time. A candle of peace for Michael Bourne, who also passed recently. A candle of compassion for Steve, who lost his companion of 42 years. A candle of celebration for Sheila and Richard's 61st anniversary. Heidi holds a candle for her neighbor's dog, who is headed to a more loving home after a strange year. Elizabeth has a candle for all the young people struggling with sadness, isolation, and a lack of structure. Mike has a candle of good thoughts for Elizabeth. Jennifer has a candle of gratitude for spending Christmas physically alone but connected to family and friends through Zoom, phone calls, and text. Elizabeth has a candle of intention for 2021, for thinking of all the goodness that came from 2020 and taking it forward as we exit the limitations of the pandemic. Georgia has a candle of joy that Betty Strand is doing well. We light the remaining candles for all the joys and sorrows that remain unspoken in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts, and for all posted in this chat.
Please join me for a moment of meditation. Put your feet flat on the floor, close your eyes, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Turn the corners of your lips up. If you are with someone, reach out and take their hand. If you're by yourself, clasp your own hands. Just take a moment to notice, how do your hands feel? How does it feel to hold another hand? Are your hands cold or warm? Painful, painless? And then take your hands apart and place them over your own heart. Just taking a moment to feel your heartbeat, notice your breath. Having heard the joys and sorrows of this congregation, just staying present to the breath. May we find things to have faith in. May all our searching be met with peace and wholeness. May a great peace sweep across this land, and may you find a strength you did not know you had. May you find a clarity, a depth, and a love that guides you and us forwards towards the world we dream of. And now draw to mind that person one more time who you thought of earlier, who's struggling. And this time envision them happy, free, comfortable. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. Please remain peaceful for our reflective hymn, Wake Now, My Senses.
Wake now, my senses, and hear the earth call. Feel the deep power of being and all. Keep with the web of creation your vow. Giving, receiving, as love shows us how. Wake now, my reason, reach out to the new. Joy now my conscience with justice thy guide. Join with all people whose rights are denied. Take not for granted a privileged place. God's love embraces the whole human race. Wake now my vision of ministry clear. Brighten my pathway with radiance here. All I calling with all who will share. Work towards a plan and transform by our care.
Stand by This Faith by Olympia Brown, the first Universalist woman minister. Stand by this faith, work for it, and sacrifice for it. There is nothing in all the world so important as to be loyal to this faith, which has placed before us the loftiest ideals, which has comforted us in sorrow, strengthened us for noble duty, and made the world beautiful. Do not demand immediate results, but rejoice that we are worthy to be entrusted with this great message, that you are strong enough to work for a great, true principle without counting the cost. Go on finding ever new applications of these truths and new enjoyments in their contemplation, always trusting in the things which ever live and love.
Here we are at the end of 2020, and what a year it has been. Let us take a moment to retell some of what we have gone through this year. 2020 opened with massive fires and the threat of war in the first week of January, and fell quickly into a lockdown with a new disease tearing across the world, images of emergency morgues and empty streets, schools closed, houses of faith closed, images of nurses with bruises on their faces, and alongside the horror, at the same moment, there was a resistance to science, conflicts over masks and safety, the war zone shifting to the front lines, fought by teenage grocery tellers and postal workers. There was the great clearing of pollution during the shutdowns, the stilling of the machines, and the geologists heard the Earth's great tectonic plates creaking beneath us once more. And then the killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and righteous indignation, and highways filled with people saying Black Lives Matter and white supremacist AK-47s, and the clearing of the church steps with tear gas, and the presidential debates, and the fires ripping across our own land, and the election, and the death toll of 300,000, and all the while you did the best you could. You took what came to you in stride. You became an at-home teacher. You navigated the medical system. You found out the news that someone you loved had died. You risked your own life in the ways you had to. You were cut off from your people. You witnessed it all. You moved through some days of this year in a vague dream, other days in complete chaos, and sometimes with a startling clarity about what matters most. This is our moment to reflect on the year, to leave behind what we don't want, and to pick up and take with us all the things that we now know we need in order to live well. To take stock, pause, and consider how we intend to be starting now, to resolve towards a deeper health and spiritual wellness. For each year, we come upon this moment, this threshold, but this year, we are being called to a deeper process, I think. This year, we've got some real work to do spiritually so that we might start 2021 anew. So rather than make a New Year's resolution this year, I am going to invite us to each undertake a spiritual exercise of considering what 5 things we have faith in, and to really engage with this question. To write about it, bring it up with your spouse, talk to your kids about it, bring it up on an online forum, getting deeper with yourself than you usually do. Because our personal spiritual growth is a matter of grave importance to our transformation as a nation and a globe. As citizens of the world, we are witnessing rapid events unfold in such quick succession. We need to process what has just happened to us. So I wonder, what did you see this last year? What did you come to understand in this last year that leads you in your discernment about your own 5 articles of faith? Think back on the year. What is the first image that comes to mind? Is there something there that you can have faith in? Take a note of that thing. And then conjure one more image from this past year. See it in your mind's eye. Is there something there you can have faith in? Once again, take note of that thing. But what does it mean to have faith? And what sort of things are susceptible to faith? Well, first, there are things that are constant, things that are not us, but are bigger than us, like the sun rising each morning, like the planetary system or the divine. We have faith when we have faith in constants, we are bowing to the great spiritual presences which exist around us. But we also can have faith in things that we believe can grow, like having faith in our own selves or in our communities or in our children. When we put our faith into something, it's like we are reaching up to bend the arc of the universe. We are aligning ourselves with something so strongly that we put our faith in it. And lastly, we can also put our faith where we need it most. Faith can be a choice, put intentionally in places where we are faithless. When we do this, we are willing ourselves to see a new side of the hopelessness. This is when we have faith that we will find a way out of no way, that we will come through COVID, that we will move towards justice and sustainability as a people. But no matter what you have faith in, it must work for you in a desperate situation. The things you have faith in have to actually speak to you in your moments of grief, in your moments of loneliness and fear. They must be things that actually shepherd in a sense of peace and connection in your vulnerability. As you undertake this exercise, you'll know if you have faith in something, if it brings you that sense of deep, abiding peace. That in your moments of spiritual and physical distress, this will be something that you'll be able to hang on to. So let me tell you the 5 things I have faith in to maybe get you excited about yours. Firstly, I have faith in evolution of the self, of the universe, of the beloved community, the growing, changing, churning of the elements of this grand universe that will forever hurtle through time and space, but also because I have faith in myself to evolve and in us to grow. I have faith that when we invest in change, we will change, that we will grow, that we can become who we want to be as individuals and as a globe if we have faith in growth. Secondly, I have faith in people because we made up music. And because I have known the sweetest, kindest, most buoying, and incredible acts of solidarity and survival from people. I have seen people blossom and shine like there is an actual light within them bursting to get out. I have faith in people because our love is so powerful and instinctual and intelligent and fierce that it is actually how we survive. Thirdly, I have faith in nature. I have faith that our great earth is larger than we are, although I admit that I put my faith here from a place of desperation, because I need to believe that the sacred earth is huge enough to absorb our heaviest sins as a species. So I choose to put an undying faith in the earth, and through this choice, I recommit myself to it, uniting with the earth to get us out of this mess. And in the same way, the fourth thing I have faith in is that the arc of the universe bends towards justice. That despite the evidence that cruelty and hatred will and have won, that there will always be moments of powerful repair, of knitting up, of gained understanding and remorse, that there will be freedom and peace for those who have lived unnecessary suffering, that a change is going to come. And the last thing that I offer to have faith in is the breath. I have faith in the breath as a constant spiritual connection, that just as long as I have breath, I will have my life force, that the more I put my faith in the breath to carry me through difficult times, the better off I will be. So there you have my 5 things to have faith in: growth, people, the earth, justice, and the breath. That is my sacred offering, and I hope that your spirit has been uplifted by these 5 things and your soul jogged to get you thinking about how you characterize your 5 articles of faith, because they could very well be completely different than mine. You will have faith in things that I could never think of, as this is the beauty of spirituality, which is that we each have our own. You might have faith in beauty. You might have faith in the coming of clarity, in time or friendship or the internet or God or creativity or the mind or however you name it. You put your faith where you need or want or have faith. You make this your own. because ultimately your spirituality is in your own hands. We at church are here to mull over the questions with you, give direction, inspire you, but you must do this. You must be the hero of your spirituality, and so I do hope that you will engage in this exercise over the course of the next few weeks. And don't just think about it. Journal about it, make art about it, put objects on your mantle which symbolize your faiths, make something visible, put reminders where you can see it or find it so that in your moments of difficulty, which there will be more of, you have given yourself a little touchstone. You will have cared for yourself spiritually. And do the same with your children. Because our spiritualities do need constant care. Our spiritual selves are just like every other part of us, something we must work for. Just like our physical muscles, if we don't move it, we lose it. And just like if we are out of shape and start working out, at first we don't see results and it can be frustrating. But if we keep moving the muscle of spirituality, if we keep just sitting down for 5 minutes to breathe, if we keep searching for the vibes which connect us to the divine, if we gauge in our spiritual process actively, we will be opened up to a new depth, new meaning, new quality of life, that beautiful harmony of oneness with the moment and the world around us is available to you, even if right now it seems completely elusive and the way towards it is just to start. And so, as we move into this coming year, we hope for good news and healing. We hope for the vaccine and the tides of change to wash over us in the ways we so badly need. But first, we must earn our keep by being open to deep, personal, spiritual work. And now, as the earth turns past the year once more, is our moment to set our intentions in the deepest way possible, our moment to meditate and then face 2021 with hope and faith and love in our hearts. So whatever you discern as your 5 articles, stand by these faiths. Work for them and sacrifice for them, for there is nothing in all the world so important as to be loyal to these faiths, which have placed before us the loftiest ideals, which have comforted us in sorrow, strengthened us for noble duty, and made the world more beautiful. So go, make the world more beautiful with your strong and steadfast faith. Blessed be, and amen.
The work of the church depends on us. In the context of global and national strife, SMUUCh can create and foster space for connection and healing. We invite you to give generously to support the ongoing work of our church. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared values.
To sing a song about hope. I'm not inspired much right now, but even so, I came out here to sing a song, so here I go. I guess I think that if I tinker long enough, one might appear. And look, it's here. One verse is done. The work's begun. I come to sing a song about hope. In spite of everything ridiculous and sad, though I'm beyond belief, depressed, confused, and mad, well, I got dressed. I underestimated how much that would take. I didn't break until right now. I dream of hope and don't know how. So maybe I can substitute strength, because I'm strong enough. I got through lots of things I didn't think I could, and so did you. I know that's true. And so we sing a song about hope, though I can't guarantee there's something real behind it. I've gotta try to show my brothers I can find it. And so today, when life is crazy and impossible to bear, it must be there. Fear never wins. That's what I hope. See, I said hope. The work begins.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please join us in the closing hymn, Just as Long as I Have Breath.
This week, reflect. Do this exercise about your 5 articles of faith. Go in peace.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May